This is just an a cappella that I finished writing the other day. It's a story about a guy called Captain Carlyle, who's a fictional character that I've created in my brain out of nothing. So here it is anyway. There was a guy and he had a crusade. His name was Captain Carlyle. The captured star child, always dressed in bizarre styles. The missionary, visionary / extraordinaire. Taught to care but spent attention in the torture chair. Led on a warpath leading to his destruction, self-destruct mode close to volcanic eruptions. He was abducted by aliens at 5 years old. They molded his soul into a super soldier so evolved. He was a ragamuffin that resided on planet Earth. And to this day, some say that they haven't heard a story greater, sad with a gory nature, blood and guts, heartache and all that other stuff. His mother's love was basically non-existent, and she was distant like stars in our solar system. Persistent to find the meaning of his own existence, he travelled far and met a man with a dragon heart who had battle scars and told him the way of life. Taught him Shaolin techniques on how to stay alive. He obtained a greater mind that he utilised in every way. On escapades, the reprobate that was never late. Turning renegade, his soul sought vengeance. Had a heart of ice, hardly like Cold War veterans. More like a Yeti from an Arctic barren wasteland. Lost his sight like Charles, but obtained a pair of Ray-Bans that he used to see through the disguises of his enemy, whilst damaging their brain using complex telepathy. Eventually became the public enemy they couldn't catch, with an arsenal of weapons that they wouldn't match. They shouldn't have attacked him, got trapped in a cage with a lion, but they weren't Charlie Chaplin's. So there wasn't any comical element. He wiped them out, leaving no historical evidence. Taking the heads of dead presidents like trophies. He'd throw shurikens like shinobi, unholy foes that got ghostly. And if only the aliens hadn't have taken him that time ago, replacing marrow with titanium inside his bones. That's why I speak on this microphone. I'm just surviving so I can tell you the tale of a lost comrade who fought planets in hand-to-hand combat. It's the crusade of Captain Carlyle. Captured star child, always dressed in bizarre styles. The missionary, visionary / extraordinaire. Taught to care but spent attention in the torture chair. Led on a warpath leading to his destruction. Self-destruct mode close to volcanic eruptions. Abducted by aliens at 5 years old, they molded his soul into a super soldier so evolved. They had him eating fast food for a shorter life. Slow death, don't sweat, he's just a corpse that might rise from the graveyard across the borderlines and organize his small soldiers like Gorgonites. He was forced to fight for the good of the universe, leaving all the bullshit behind to find the future first. He lost a verse somewhere on his travels and had to pick himself up from falling off his saddle. Facing the gravel with a mouthful of grit, he met a Shaolin kid that lived on mountains in the mist. Doubting the myth, that's some shit that he had never done. Facing fears head on and yet they would never come. In his vicinity, you couldn't be lacking ability. He rose to levels never seen by infinity. Breaking out of captivity just like a lab rat, he was tortured and tested upon, caught in the cat trap. And it's a fact that the government were trapping his phone. Plus they knew when he hadn't been home, sat on his own, watching a sci-fi movie, he was a quite spooky looking sloth type goonie. In his own bubble, no jacuzzi. Found him in the sauna with a sawn off and a Uzi. Smoking AK-47 off duty. Caught him with a weapon. Do you reckon that he was moody? Nah, he'd gone loopy. Back with more booty. 4 groupies in the boot of his Scooby weren't all cuties. One was called Lucy, can't remember the others, but they were lure-pack bitches and actually butters, straight nutters. Straight nutters. His mates were monkeys. Apes from countries devastated by junkies. It's ugly. That's just putting it bluntly. So pass me the blunt, please. Forget about this numpty. Yo, DJ! DJ, spin the beat. That's the end of the a cappella. Thank you very much for listening and being quiet.